Hello everyone, it's Alicia Atout, joined by my co-host, bodybuilding legend Kevin Levrone, and we are absolutely thrilled to welcome you all to the very first episode of The Interview Queen and the Maryland Muscle Machine. Today we have an absolutely fantastic guest to kick things off, so I'm going to throw it to Kevin Levrone right now to do a nice little intro.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Well, thank you very much for my intro as well. But we do have a special guest coming up, and he's a good friend of mine, very well known in the IFBB history in the sport of bodybuilding. But not only that, this guy is giving back to his community, and he's such a role model to a lot of people out there around the world that constantly see all the hard work and efforts that he puts in. Well, without later ado, so here we go. My good friend, Jason Poston, IFBB Pro. So Jason, welcome to our show. And what do you have going on, Jason? Tell us a little about what's happening in Jason's world.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it, man. Always good to talk to you. Right now, it is, it is a different type of year. We're all experiencing the same thing globally. So in one way, that's a positive thing where, I think it unites us all in a conversation about different things since we're all dealing with the same pandemic. But right now, I'm changing up a lot of things. I'm changing up the way I do business, the way I communicate, the way I interact with my clients, the way I even operate all my social media, my content. I used to be at the gym doing a lot of things. Now everything is at home in my home gym that I've built and added on to specifically because of this year. So in a way, I feel like we've really started a new chapter. I always try to look at the positives in things, take things for what they are, but how do we move forward in a better way? My socks right now say better than yesterday inside the socks.
Oh, that's great.
And
that's great.
I've lived by that for a long time. We're going to have, bad hours. We're going to have bad minutes, but I'm a big believer in not letting anything just completely ruin your whole day. You can always build momentum. So I'm having fun despite some of the crazy chaos in the year right now. I'm having a lot of fun with just new alliances, new friends, new angles that I'm approaching fitness. It's like I said, it's a whole new chapter right now.
I would say that I get kind of asked that question as well, Jason. It's like, what do you do? It's like, I believe that, and correct me, I want to get your opinion on this too, that we've been shifted in a direction that is not really necessarily something that's going backwards. It's just like you said, it's another way of creating to do business, and it's been very, very prosperous for the ones that do believe and the ones that do have that vision to still continue to create no matter what, and you've been known for that, man. And I've been following you. We've all been following you and seeing what you've been doing all over the web, all over the net. And it's just been amazing. And I want to first congratulate you because I haven't talked to you since the twins were born. Congratulations, man, on the twins.
Thank you.
I love them. They're cool.
They're so adorable, and adding to what Kevin was saying, you clearly haven't slowed down the training or the work or the adapting. So I guess I'm curious, how has it been being more so at home with the family and almost taking that silver lining of the pandemic to give you more time to relax and just enjoy being at home with the twins and all your loved ones?
I think it's the same thing. Like the way that I've dealt with the new, way we have to live, either temporary or right now. With the boys, we lost childcare, so they couldn't go to childcare, and I work from home. So we had to adapt to that, and we had to, we weren't big on childcare anyway. That's the way we're, kind of running our family right now. But they were gone 2 days a week. That was it. It was like a Mother's Day out program. So what we did was I would be her Mother's Day out program. So where I didn't always have 6-7 hours a day that I was watching them. I might jump in and help her out so she can go do stuff. So it's just teamwork. But with the way we work out too, we couldn't go to the gym anymore. And even when we could go to the gym, childcare was closed down. So now we're like, how do we work out, babe? I mean, she likes to work out. We're the couple that likes to train together. And so we had to adapt. And so I was like, all right, we're just going to invest in our home gym. And when the boys nap, we create a schedule and a system. That's when we go work out. So, or that's when she has to work out pretty much only when the boys are napping. We have a play area upstairs, which is a safe environment where we can't leave them. We have, cameras recording them. So just everything we do has been about two of us. It was always about two of us with the twins anyway, but now we're just more of a team. And that's the way I promote, how we handle this is just extreme teamwork. Like looking at it a lot like sports. That's kind of all I know. And I try not to be like the sport guy, dad too much with my wife because she was an athlete, but she relates to it and it works well for us. I'm like, I support her whenever she needs help. She supports me when we need help. But with the twins, it's just more interaction. We have more time with them. And right now when they're young, we definitely have no complaints because I don't want to spend a day without them anyway. Like I never liked going out of town on trips and expos. I always try to get them to come with me. They were at the last Arnold this year when the pandemic started. So they go to expos with me. And I want them to just be super comfortable in the environment of, the fitness business, the bodybuilding business. I want them to understand, like, that's really what motivated their dad. And if you want to do that too, hey, let me show you the inside and out of this industry and how cool it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jason, I've watched you evolve from an amateur with a dream. You always had that mentality of that ethical, hardworking, and then you turn pro, and I've constantly watched you go up and just evolve into now, husband, family man, successful businessman. You've always seemed like, what's your key to success? What is it that drives you, Jason?
Well, thank you. And I got to add, like, I remember we all have things that kind of like pump us up a little bit. And I remember the first time, like, I think I met you or you DM'd me or something. I was like, Kevin Levrone is messaging me like, whoa, this is dope. I think it was in Orlando. Not Orlando, Phoenix. I think it was at Phoenix when I first met you. And, but yeah, so I always remember the times when, legends like you, legends like Jay Cutler, legends like Dex and Ronnie and people just started, they become friends and they become, acquaintances even, but it's just pretty cool. You're doing something right. But my keys to success, it always will be the same answer. The foundation. I mean, obviously there's things that stem from this, but it's absolutely my faith. Because I didn't climb out of a ditch that I was in. I mean, I've had some really low times. I've had some times when we didn't have social media, so nobody saw that. And I wasn't taking any pictures and videos because I was definitely sick and broke, zero in the bank account, had to sell my car, depressed. So, I mean, I didn't get out of that situation without my faith that God was going to give me the strength, and that I already had the strength. I just had to kind of rejuvenate it. So being that everything I do is with the glory of God, I feel like I have a more wholesome ambition to make money. Money is not my God. Money is not my idol. Do I want to make money? Yeah. Do I thrive and do a lot to make money, everything I can daily? Yeah. All stems from that foundation. Did I want to have a goal one day of owning a G-Wagon? Yeah, I did. But where's that glory coming from? My foundation. I don't worship and I don't idolize and say, hey, look at me, I'm cool. I got, the new G-Wagon before all the other NFL athletes, and I was, one of the first on the list to get it. All the glory came from the fact that, I think this is something that will help boost me to one of these people who are like, listen, you can do great things and still give glory to God. And, you know, that's where my success, I believe, comes from, because it's not the amount of money. It's not necessarily the, you know, the houses and all these different things that, you know, people would like to brag about. For me, it's just, you know, it's about, you know, why you do it. Not necessarily what you have, but, well, why did you do it? And so I got the G-Wagon, and that was a goal of mine, to get this dream car. Then the boys are here. So I drove it 15 months, and I actually just sold it last week.
I remember the photo.
Yeah.
You look so sad.
Like, yeah. Well, that's drama. That's social media.
Of course.
You know, throw the sad face on there, get the sympathy likes, you know, but really I'm shining inside because now I have a new goal. And my new goal is to like more inspire the youth, inspire men my age, and everyone really, that the flex is not the Lambo, the flex is not the jets, the flex is not the massive house and all that. The real flex is owning that stuff cash, owning it. No, not a bill, not being in debt. So I've gotten some things that I like in life, but now my new goal is, okay, I want to go pay for my next G-Wagon cash, if I even want a G-Wagon. But I want to inspire people to not ride the system that is so popular in America of just getting in debt and having a whole bunch of bills just so you can impress your neighbors, or you can impress people on social media, family, whoever. I want people to understand the real flex is like, hey, you go to a party, you're talking to everyone like, I save every amount of money that I make every single month. You know, like I barely have any bills because everything's paid for in my life. So I want to be able to teach that to my sons. And you know, we're working on that right now. And a lot of my inspiration was Dave Ramsey on that. Old school Dave Ramsey. Like, there's all these new money gurus. You got all these people on social media and Instagram. But Dave Ramsey is the GOAT. He's so conservative that's what I like about him. So, you know, as far as success right now, that's like, I will always be achieving new heights of success for myself. And it's simply based on, once again, my faith and where I think God wants me to go. But also, I want to be able to be debt free. And if I want to sell my house cash, go, you know, get a truck and an RV and go tour the United States. And before the boys are in school, like, ride around the United States and just live wherever we want. See how it goes. If we want to buy a house, okay, the next house we buy cash. So I just want to have extreme freedom, extreme financial freedom, extreme freedom, you know, in every aspect, you know.
And you had mentioned success there. And of course, when it does come to accolades in the business, we were talking about this a little bit before the camera started rolling, but you are an IFBB Olympia Pro, which is definitely no easy feat, yet alone to be a 4-time of that. And when I first had Kevin on the show and we were kind of talking about successes, I know that you must have kind of been very competitive and driven from the start, especially playing sports. But did something kind of happen in your life that pivoted things where you're like, okay, I need to kind of change things up a little bit and really take things super seriously and use that drive to achieve these goals? Because it really seems like you achieve whatever you have your mind set out to.
You know, but what it was, type 1 diabetes. So I, you know, they immediately diagnosed me type 2, which was wrong. And then I had to get a second opinion, and they're like, no, you need insulin. You don't need a pill. You need the insulin because you are insulin dependent. You're not creating any insulin. So that's when I had to make the biggest pivot. Like, all right, what do I do now? I'm not supposed to drink anymore. I did like to drink a lot in my 20s on the weekends. I was a big, just social dude. And I saw this physique stuff. I was like, well, maybe I'll just get back into fitness modeling. And this whole physique thing fits right in with trying to rebuild my career, because I had lost everything while I was sick. I had lost all my money, lost my apartment, lost my car, lost my girlfriend at the time. I mean, first time in my life, I was legit depressed. And I was living with my dad. Like, I just felt like such a loser. And, you know, once I got better and diagnosed, they gave me the insulin. I saw there was a physique show 8 weeks later. I was like, I'm doing it. So I gained all my weight back plus a little bit extra. I think the insulin helped me gain a little bit of weight. maybe about 5 to 8 pounds. And I did my first show, placed third place. It was the last show of the year. They didn't have a lot of physique shows. They said, trust me, come back. You're the look they want. You didn't win this show, but I promise you the look that they want at the higher level. So keep competing. Well, the next show was a Ronnie Coleman Classic. Ronnie has a massive show here in Texas. And I won that show. There was like, physique was so hot. It was like 150 dudes there, and I won first overall.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, it was cool because it was like, I had always trained like an athlete before. Now I was training like a bodybuilder. And it made a difference in the way my body popped because I was functionally strong and everything worked strength-wise. My joints and ligaments were almost indestructible because I just trained like a freak. Then I started isolating and I started doing machines and I started doing like stuff exactly what Kevin was doing and all these other bodybuilders in the magazine. So that was the first time. I never even really lifted arms before, but you know, I ended up getting my pro card 9 months after my diagnosis, and it was all because of that just drive to, you know, like I said, be better than yesterday. Every day was be better than yesterday.
Wow, Jason, you know, you just took us on a ride. 21 years old, they diagnosed you wrongly with type 2, and you went and got a second opinion, type 1. Lowest point in your life, probably, would you say, in your life, that was the lowest point because you've lost everything and everything financially. Absolutely. And love and everything walked away and your health was being attacked. And then
it was close to the lowest. I got some other lows, brother. Got some other.
And here you are now, right? Looking at you and what you've made it through. Like someone would look at you and say, wow, you know,
he's thriving.
He has a perfect life, right?
Right.
So I guess was it safe to say, Jason, that when you think your life is falling apart, it's actually falling into place? But the question that I have for you, Jason, is this where God kind of intervened and you reached out to him? Where did, you know, the God relationship, when did that come in to your life?
Man, it's like this. Well, I think like everyone else, like a lot of my friends, like a lot of dudes who talk and hit me up on social media, it was just like this my whole life. Just, you know, get into church, find some cool friends, leave them, go get distracted and go down another route. So it was always up and down, but it started from my mother and my grandmother. They instilled and taught me about their faith. And then I saw and felt, you know, the benefits of that, right? So I was in youth group but I mean, teens will be teens. I was not all teens are like me, but I like to defy authority. I went to jail over 30 times before I was 21 years old. So it wasn't that I didn't have a good heart. And that's why I have a really sensitive passion for our youth, especially the troubled youth, the troubled guys out there, because I know they mean well. They can just make a lot of wrong decisions, and they just need someone to get them, you know, help them get straight and actually just give them faith, like, hey, you're better than that. So, yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I like to defy authority. I was crazy, and I wasn't harnessing really what I was good at, which was I got bored easy. You know, I had ADD, as they say. I don't even think I really had any clinical thing. I needed to be learning and striving for something daily. Because when I was younger, if I got bored, it was just, I got into trouble. You know, so I stopped getting in trouble the minute I started getting serious about lifting weights. That's all I needed. I needed to lift weights, and then I got my certification. Like, not everyone should quit college, but I needed to quit college because it didn't have a defined career for me. I needed a definition of what do I got to train for? What do I got to help people for now? So, you know, I tell trainers this too, like, don't just become a personal trainer. Don't just get in a fitness profession. Get in it to help people. And that's what I loved. And so the minute I did that, man, I never got in trouble ever again. I had a new passion. I started training people, and that was my focus. I started lifting weights and trying to become better and better with my body and my performance, and that kept me out of trouble. And you know, but going back to the faith, it's same thing. Ever since then, I mean, it's always going to be a struggle. You know, like, you know, the devil don't stop. So for me, there's always going to be distractions, but I have to say that you just get stronger and stronger and stronger in your faith the more you practice it. And then one day, you know, you're my age, 39 now, and you're looking back at just kind of almost how weak you used to be. And you're like, man, I can really help some of the younger guys and just help them with those weaknesses and realize how strong they already are. That they need to explore that. They need to understand how strong they already are. And I love it. Like I know you probably meet some young guys sometimes too that are like 21, strong like a 40-year-old man, just focused and driven. And, you know, I love meeting guys like that. At the same time, I love meeting a 20-year-old who has just as much strength as the strong dude. He just don't realize it yet. You know, I like to help those guys out.
It's so amazing that the journey you had, and all, just being blunt, like all of those ups and downs truly did lead you to the training and the bodybuilding and the beautiful family that you have now. And just to touch kind of upon the training aspect as one of the final questions today, I know you've been training for about 16 years now. And when it comes to training people, like you have had some incredible transformations with your clients. I've seen you post them. And of course, you're also in the gym a lot. So I wanted to ask a bit more of a silly question, to put it lightly. I mean, is there anything you see in the gym, whether it's a trainer or someone working out there, and it's just like a pet peeve of yours, and you're like, why are you even doing that in the gym? Does anything kind of set you off when you're there?
Oh, man. So, yeah, let's rewind to when gyms were safe and you didn't have to wear masks. I mean, if I'm just being honest with you, I'm being me. People can criticize me, you know, but this is just my opinion. And it's also backed by some research. Right now, when I go into gyms and I see people wearing masks while they work out, I think that's silly. I think they're depriving themselves of oxygen. So I understand the close quarters, people wearing masks, but I go to the gym sometimes right now. Gyms are still open here in Texas, and people are on the treadmills wearing masks. And it's not like it's a pet peeve, but they're really, I just don't feel there's a need for it. You know, based on everything that I've researched and there's so much different opinions about different things right now. So that's kind of frustrating to see people so scared and fearful of this virus that they're working out with a mask on. And like I said, I understand wearing masks in crowded environments where you're side by side and, you know, there's a potential people could cough on you. I get that. But that is something.
No, it's good.
Jason,
Go ahead.
I know we have to close it up real soon, but I wanted to ask you, you know, there's a kid somewhere, there's a young boy somewhere, there's a man somewhere, you know, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, females, males, all over the world. But, you know, you've shared your testimony with us. Everyone's out there going through something. If not, they might go through something. What kind of words of wisdom do you have for someone that's looking at you saying, man, you know, I want to be like Jason?
I would have to say something that I believe all of us can absorb is, you know, your struggles or your tests, like you're being tested daily. Some people are on a different higher level. Some people are lower level. I've been tested at such a high level when I had to make decisions. Do I want to do something that's going to send me to jail or not? I failed that test. Do I want to figure out what's wrong with my health and get my health and life back? Well, I passed that test. So while we're in it, sometimes we don't realize that it is a test. And I will even say this, for the people, there's some people that aren't going to understand faith. They're not going to understand God. And I wish they did, but they can still absorb this. You're still going to get tested. Whether you believe in God or not, you're going to get tested. But recognize that that test is going to become your testimony, just like mine. Your struggles are going to become your story. So if you're in it right now and you feel like I'm being tested, this relationship is testing me, this job and this dude or this manager at work is testing me, I got no money in the bank account. This is testing me. I got too many bills, whatever it is. All these people have a lot of tests going on. Everyone, we all do. Just remember, while you're in it, if you don't do the things to be better than yesterday, just like we started this talk, Kevin, be better than yesterday. If you don't do the things to be better than yesterday, you're going to fail the test. You know, so people want to be very specific, like, hey, what do I do in this situation? What do I do about this? And they want to hit up gurus. They want to hit up legends like you. They want to DM me. Interview people want to probably hit up Alicia, like, hey, Alicia, how do I get my start? I feel like we could all tell them the same thing. Well, are you focusing on being better than yesterday? Oh, your podcast isn't growing. Are you focusing on being better than yesterday? Oh, you don't have the money for equipment. You know, you can't scale your social media. Well, are you understanding this is a test right now, and that everyone started off just like you? They grew. So I just look at everything, which probably makes sense to a lot of people. As a competitive person, I look at every day as a competition, and I'm going to win the competition every day. And it's just simple to me, and I hope people can absorb that. And like I said, sometimes you're going to have some super serious tests, but just understand that's what it is. While you're in it, just relax. That's when I pray and say, God, take me through this test. I know you got me. Give me the tools. I know you got me. Let's go.
I think those are amazing parting words, honestly. I couldn't imagine, leaving this conversation off with any better advice. So I just want to say thank you so much to Jason for taking the time and for hopping on here. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. If I could learn one thing, it's I got to work on my background like you. You got I want to work on my
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Everyone, this has been the fantastic Jason Poston. I am the interview queen, Alicia Atout, signing out for my co-host, the Maryland Muscle Machine, Kevin Levrone. Thank you to everyone so much for watching, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.